Hang on one sec. I think I got everything. Anyway, hey everybody. It's your boy Matt, it's your buddy Matt. It's been a while since I've done one of these like kind of loosey-goosey vlogs of vlogs, as the kids say. I think they say that. I don't know what the kids say. You know, I've got Tokusatsu's Terror of Mechagodzilla, the Godzilla marathon going, even though it's been a very, very quiet moment. I think this is right before Titanosaurus runs amok. Anyway, I just wanted to do a G-Fest wrap-up video. I don't remember if I did one last year. It's almost like I could check my my YouTube account to see if I did do one, but regardless, I wanted to do a little video because, you know, it was a big G-Fest, you know, G-Fest 30, I believe, which is the 30th overall G-Fest, not necessarily 30 years because, you know, we had to skip a few there. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this show, talk a little bit about my experiences and our collective experience there. This was Caston's third G-Fest, fourth. Oh God, time is a mystery. So I think 2022 was the first one back. 22, 23, 24, 5. Oh, so there's four. It's four G-Fests since all of the weirdness. But yeah, I just, you know, wanted to show off a few things that I had gotten, like the YMSF Godzilla the Series figure. It's lovely and it scales with the 6-inch Godzillas that I like so well. Also, there's a Comodithrax, Godzilla's mate from the series, which I still think about that, and I'm like, oh my god, they gave Godzilla a girlfriend, like, in the show. That was really cool, and also very sad that it didn't last very long. Those were definitely the hot ticket items, but then in addition, that the table had these legendary Titan figures, like the Muto Prime, got Behemoth, which I need to hit the tusk with a blow dryer in order to get it to adjust in there. Might want to fill with a little glue too to hold it in place. Big improvement over the previous figure. It's a little more on model. Oh god. And then also there was this big old Methuselah and Scylla. These were really cool to see and to have, because, you know, I'm a big collector of like the 6-inch Bandai style figures, and it's ironic because after I got home, I got a hold of this guy. This is the Frostvark. This was not a G-Fest. This was just, you know, this is in stores now. So it's the dude from Monarch Legacy of Monsters. It's very cool that this guy is also out. So it felt like for a while there they really weren't making enough stuff of the original monsters. Also, Zetus. Again, might have to hit that with a hairdryer to get it to stand out. But yeah, the Zetus figure, also by YMSF. A 6-inch vinyl figure of this character was never produced for Gamera the Brave, and here he is. What a wild, I mean, that movie is just so friggin' good. So yeah, those were my big purchases for the weekend. I don't collect as fervently as I used to. I try to stick to the 6-inch scale stuff. If something else tickles my fancy and I see it, I'll grab it, but for the most part I really try to stick to that stuff. Let's see. Some other things. A lot of things I was gifted. For example, this beautiful photo book. I believe this is from 1992. Looks like it's from 1992 or thereabouts because it has J-Ranger and what looks like it's mostly focusing on Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. So there's some lovely, cool artwork in here. Look at the Ultraman the Great artwork, and Ultraman Great rather. Ultraman the Great though is a good title. That's a good like anglicization. There's this beautiful illustration of the J-Ranger villains, Bandora and all that, or Rita, Repulsa. Oh, there's a Mothra. Okay, so There's also like some Tremor stuff in here too, which is really cool to see for a Japanese publication of that time. Anyway, yeah, there's just like, there's so much cool stuff. There's so much cool stuff every year, and a lot of it is also, you know, gifted to me. So if you came by my table and gave me something, that's very sweet of you. I got some art from some people, some of these fun little sketches. I got, oh yeah, I got, this was given to me by some fans who went to a Wajima Island. That's the Godzilla zipline, and it's this cool little like display of all the Godzilla movies from 54, for all the Japanese Godzilla movies from 54 to -1. So this is very cool. It's like set in, yeah, it's just very cool. There's also talk about that in a minute. Apologies that I'm just kind of digging around here. Oh yeah, this is fun. This was gifted to me by cosplayer Mewling T, who y'all might know for her Godzilla Evolved cosplay. She also brought her Shimo cosplay, and was also been working on her Godzilla 98 huge, like, full suit, which is intended to be built like those walk-around dinosaur suits that you see at, like, you know, Walking with Dinosaurs Live or the Jurassic World live experience and stuff. And it's really coming together. It's going to be amazing when it's done. And this is a mouse pad that she got made. And if I remember correctly, she drew this, and I helped out on the colors because at the, you know, she just needed a little help, and I was just like, I could sling some color on there and make it pop. And yeah, it's very silly, but I think these are cute. And if you want one, I'll put links in the description. Yeah, and then oh yeah, this was another gift I got. It's a 3D printed baby from my Space Godzilla comic that I wrote and illustrated for IDW, Godzilla Rivals. It's a little bit squishy, so you could squish the baby. This is hilarious. I love that this exists. Yeah, there's this like cool little kind of knockoff Giganotosaurus that another fan gave me. And I got a lot of stuff, and unfortunately a lot of it is still kind of packed away because I haven't fully unloaded everything and fully found everything. But regardless, you know, it's so lovely to go to a place like G-Fest and to feel loved and to feel included, which, you know, I will admit sometimes I struggle with a little bit because, you know, either because of self-esteem issues or my own neurodivergencies. Sometimes I struggle a little bit with my value as a person because, you know, a lot of my value as a person is wrapped up in my art. And but, you know, G-Fest really helps to assuage a lot of that, just talking to people. But I'll circle back around on that in a minute. I did want to show off this lovely thing. This is this was a gift from Suyuki-san, who was the producer of the Akira Ifukube Fantasy World concert. And she is a producer of a couple of concerts, if I remember correctly, that are tokusatsu based. And this is a recording of the newest concert for Ifukube's music. I'm going to see if I can't find a way to link these in the description so you can get one, but these are also available on iTunes and other music streaming services, so go check that out as well. This is the sort of stuff that really needs to be preserved and celebrated. I also was given Oxygen Destroyer, a metal band heavily inspired by kaiju movies. This is their Gamera concept album, their Gamera Trilogy concept album, and I can't wait to listen to it. I am not a big metal person, a metalhead, I think is the term, but I have, you know, I have a lot of friends who are really into it. I wouldn't say that I dislike it, I just haven't listened to it enough, so as a result, a lot of metal kind of flows together for me. It's harder for me to tell the difference between them, but I'm going to give this a listen. I am very interested in that. I think the most metal I've listened to is Metalocalypse, is like Death Clock, which I don't know if that counts. I don't know, please don't yell at me. Also, it was very cool that a major presence at G-Fest this year was Subaraya, specifically for Ultraman. They had the card game available to play, which features some of my artwork as well. A couple of folks came to my table with some of the cards I had illustrated, including Gomorrah, Zeton, and Gomorrah, Zeton, Killeroid, and Zamshur. And then they were also selling copies of the Ultra Academy, Beware the Baleful Baltan. These are younger targeted books, I believe for like junior high and middle school age. And the writer, Rebecca Reynolds, was there, and she even signed it for me. She signed it with Courage, Kindness, and Hope, Rebecca Reynolds. So that's very nice. I skimmed through it a little bit on the plane, and I really, this seems like fun. It kind of reminds me a bit of an Animorphs vibe, maybe. So I'm excited for this. This is cute. I just love that there's a big push for Ultraman stuff right now. The coolest aspect were the stage shows. They had a couple of meet and greets and big stage show fights at G-Fest between the Ultramen and some of the kaiju and aliens. And I managed to catch the very last one, which was Ultraman versus Jiras, because of course they had Jiras, and they have like a new Jiras suit that they made for, I'm assuming live appearances, but maybe they'll also put it in the show. It'd be really cool. And it was really cool, and I did not get to do really any of the meet and greets, but I, at the last minute, was able to get a little bit of one-on-one time with Jiras, and I took some photos and some videos, and that was extremely special, and I feel very fortunate that I was able to have that experience. So I have the huge thanks to Subaraya Global and Hiroshi Fujita and Jeff Gomez and the rest of the team for being so accommodating and so kind, and then like hyping the fans up. You know, the announcer, you know, she was amazing, and I loved that after the fight when Ultraman and Jiras fought each other, Ultraman pulls off Jiras's frill as is his wont, but then Jiras came back out and Ultraman put the frill back on him, and the announcer was like you're okay, Jiras, you're okay. Everyone's like, "Aw," and that kind of, I got a little verklempt. I got a little emotional about that, because it was just nice that Jiras wasn't getting the crap kicked out of him and then dies. So, yeah, that was nice. That was a nice experience. I really, really enjoyed that. You know, G-Fest is definitely one of those places where there's a lot of emotions, you know, because it's like part family reunion, part high school reunion, part, and you know, but then a lot of it, you know, business is mixed up in a lot of it. You know, we were stuck at the table for most of the weekend, pretty much the entire weekend. We were stuck at the table. We were able to get away a few times, but not very often, and poor Caston was stuck at the table for most of the time. But the people who came to say hi are always appreciated. Everyone is so nice. And what's really special is when people come to say how much they appreciate what I try to do for the community. Like I said, sometimes I struggle a little bit with self-worth and self-esteem, and I think a lot of nerds deal with that, you know, but G-Fest is one of those places where I do feel, you know, I feel like, you know, people make sure I know that I belong and that I really want to take care of this community. And, you know, I try to do right by everybody involved, and everybody who comes to the show and makes the show special. And, you know, I try to, you know, also keep the community safe and use my platform to, you know, to spread awareness about things and to try to increase the safety and inclusiveness of our community. And I got a lot of people thanking me for that, and that really means a lot, because it makes me feel like I'm not just screaming into a void sometimes. So yeah, there's not a lot else to really discuss or go over. I'm sure I could talk for another hour. I will say that it was beautiful that this was our most successful G-Fest. I'm very, very happy about that. It really means a lot, especially with all of the craziness right now and all of the difficulty that our country is having and people in the country are having financially, for people to come and want to spend the money they have on, stuff from me. It really, really means a lot. And it's a big help, because I just wrapped up work on Mothra, Queen of the Monsters. I just finished issue 5, and that, because I put so much work into that book, I was not able to take the side jobs I usually do, or really go to very many conventions most of this year. So the financial help from G-Fest and from the people coming to G-Fest really means a lot, because I was able to, pay some bills and take care of some stuff after getting home that I was sweating a little bit. But it really means a lot. Artists on the whole don't make a lot of money, and it's always a little precarious. So I really, really appreciate everybody's support. So yeah, one last thing, we stayed an extra couple of days, just so we could get everything cleaned up and packed up for the road, and then, enjoy the city a little bit. We went back over to Galloping Ghost, actually ran into another fan there, I believe is Kaiju Khan, Kahn, I believe he's a Godzilla Kaiju gaming streamer, and ran into him, and we took some photos and played some games. That was really cool. And then the day after, we also found a really great little Irish pub down the road. I can't remember the name of it, but it was just down the road from Galloping Ghost, and it was really good. Then we went to the Field Museum the next day, and I had not been in probably almost a decade. So, and I got a couple of Moldoramas. Look at these little guys. Look Quetzalcoatlus and Archaeopteryx. I have a couple of these. I used to get them all the time when I was a kid. I had to get these because I had never seen them before. So, yeah. So, as I kind of wrap up, just making sure y'all know that I'm going to be at Kaiju Go, which is the Dallas Kaiju event. I believe that'll be next month. Greater Austin Comic-Con is coming up as well. I can't remember if it's this weekend or next weekend. But I will not have a table. I just don't. I need a little time to rest after Mothra and G-Fest. But I'm going to see if I can't go and just hang around. So if you're in the Austin area and you see me walking around, say hi. There's Kaiju Go. There's... I should be at the Godzilla Fest in San Francisco, which I think is in September. Yeah. And then we're... I know later this year we're going to be doing Tokyo. So, we're just... living our lives. One other thing I wanted to show off was, I did not get this at G-Fest, but this was waiting for me when I got home. It is this beautiful, I believe it's an injection molded Biollante, Rose Biollante, poster Biollante statue. It's really lovely. So I will post the artist's link in the description. I don't know if they have any more of these, but hopefully they'll make some more and y'all should get one. Yeah, I think that's it. Again, thank you all so much for your support and for taking care of each other and for looking out for each other. I know it can be very difficult sometimes. It kind of feels like the world's against you, and it feels like maybe you're doing something wrong, because why is everybody yelling at me? And it's never everybody. But sometimes it feels like you just like, am I doing this right? Am I trying? Am I really helping? And I think that all you can do is the best thing in the moment, the best decision you can make in the moment, And I really appreciate all of you for sticking around and watching this friggin' 20-minute video or whatever. If you're a G-Fester, I love you, and I hope that life is kind to you, and that you're able to be kind to others in return. And there's Godzilla. He just showed up. I don't know if you can hear that. Good note to end on.